Alrighty then, another episode of Maybe I'm Rambling. The AstraZeneca vaccine. Denmark stops rollout completely. Denmark has ceased giving the Oxford AstraZeneca COVID vaccine amidst concerns about rare cases of blood clots, the first European country to do so fully. The move is expected to delay the country's vaccines program by several weeks. Drug watchdog the European Medicines Agency last week announced a possible link with clots, but said the risk of dying of COVID-19 was much greater. Several European countries had previously suspended the jab. Most most have now resumed vaccinations with AstraZeneca, but often with limits to older age groups. On Tuesday, the US, Canada, and European Union paused the Johnson and Johnson vaccine for similar reasons over clotting. South Africa has also paused its use, despite the Johnson and Johnson being its preferred vaccine because of its effectiveness against South African variant. For both AstraZeneca and Johnson and Johnson, the blood clot side effects are extremely rare, was what he saying. The EU's vaccine rollout has been criticized by the World Health Organization for being too slow, and that concerns this latest delay could throw to further turmoil. Both vaccines work by a similar method known as adenoviral vectors. Why is Denmark stopping the AZ vaccine? Danish officials said that all 2.4 million doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine will be withdrawn until further notice. The Danish health authority says studies have shown a higher than expected frequency of blood clots following doses, affecting about 1 in 40,000 people. It comes after two cases of thrombosis in Denmark were linked to vaccinations, AFP reported. One of the cases in a 60-year-old woman was fatal. Director General Soren Brostrøm said it has been a difficult decision, but Denmark and other vaccines available in the epidemic there was currently under control. The upcoming target groups for vaccination are less likely to become severely ill from COVID-19, he said. You must weigh this against the fact that we now have no risk of severe adverse effects from the vaccination with AstraZeneca, even if the risk is absolute terms is slight. However, the authorities said it cannot rule out using it again another time. During a press conference, the head of Denmark's medicine agency, Tanja Eriksson, fainted and was taken to the hospital as a precaution. The agency later tweeted that she had recovered. Almost 1 million people in Denmark have been vaccinated, with approximately 150,000 of them receiving the AstraZeneca jab. The Pfizer, BioNTech, and Moderna vaccines also in use. How do adenovirus vaccines work? Adenoviruses are found in humans and other animals. Scientists use a modified version of one of these adenoviruses known as a vector to deliver important instructions to cells, according to U.S. Centers for Disease Control. They work by entering cells and using the cell's machinery to produce a harmless piece of the virus that causes COVID-19, known as a spike protein. The cell then recognizes that the spike protein does not belong where, and this triggers the immune system to fight back against what it thinks is an infection. This process allows the virus to learn how to protect against COVID-19, according to the CDC. Regulators are now investigating whether the unusual immune response to adenovirus vaccines is causing a rare but severe incidence of blood clotting. The officials from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration told Reuters it was plainly obvious that the cases of blood clots linked to Johnson & Johnson vaccine were very similar to those linked to AstraZeneca vaccine. The U.S. paused rollout of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine after 6 women under 50 developed rare blood clots after getting the shot. In the UK, 30 people developed unusual blood clots and 7 of them had died after getting Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine out of a total of 18 million vaccinated. Now, I'm not sure about those numbers. Sounds suspicious. What other countries doing? Some European countries have limited the use of adenovirus vaccines to older people who have been less affected by the rare blood clotting condition, After the Danish announcement, France said it has viewed the AstraZeneca vaccine as an essential tool. It is important that this vaccine continue to be deployed as a vaccine that is safe and works, a French government spokesperson said. France also go ahead with plans to give Johnson & Johnson vaccine those aged over 55, the spokesman said. The country has already received 200,000 doses. Belgium will also get doses it has received, while Greece and Italy will not. Meanwhile, the Czech Deputy Prime Minister Jan Hamasek said he had instructed the Czech ambassador in Denmark to try to buy the 2.4 million AstraZeneca vaccine doses that the Danes will no longer be using. Mr. Hamasek said he will travel to Moscow to arrange deliveries of the Russian Sputnik V vaccine, another adenovirus vaccine, once its use is approved by the EMA. The developer of the Sputnik V vaccine, the Gamaleya Center, told the BBC it has found no cases of blood clots in connection with the jab. It said all vaccines based on adenoviruses were different and not directly comparable. Denmark was the first country to postpone the use of the AstraZeneca vaccine in March. It was followed by numerous other European countries. More Pfizer-BioNTech doses for EU. In a separate development, the European Commission said Pfizer-BioNTech would deliver an extra 50 million doses to the EU in the next few weeks. The Pfizer-BioNTech is an RNA vaccine, a new type of vaccine that uses genetic material to teach cells how to make copies of the virus called COVID-19, triggering an immune response. Commission President Ursula von der Leyen also said the EU was discussing a new deal with Pfizer-BioNTech to deliver 1.8 billion doses in 2022 and 2023, which will all be produced within the EU. So far, 27 million people in the EU have been fully vaccinated. And look at this chart to see how the vaccines compare. Although, to be fair, this RNA vaccine sounds very suspicious. It uses genetic material to teach cells how to make copies of the virus causing COVID-19, triggering an immune response. That in itself is kind of dangerous. That's his own can of worms. But maybe that will be another video. But that could just be me rambling. See you guys. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Stay clean.